Leading edge right here, this Boeing segment right pushing close to Highway 43 in central sections of Franklin County. That's going to head right through Phil Campbell, so you expect wind gusts upwards of 60-70 miles per hour with that. So just like we said with the Limestone County storm, you need to get into that safe place and get to the lowest level of the home, an interior room, something without windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside of the home as you can. Even though we have not seen a lot of strong rotation with these storms, they are still producing damaging wind gusts, and that can be just as devastating as a low-end tornado. Whenever we start talking about the Arctic cold coming here into the valley, and we are talking about temperatures cooler than that 27 there, I like to play a little game called It Could Be Worse. Check this out farther to the north into Montana and North Dakota. These are straight air temperatures. Right now, not seeing any indications of strong rotation, just very strong winds. Where you're seeing those blue colors, that would represent winds that are in excess of 60 miles per hour. So that would be our severe wind gusts right here along the leading edge of that cell getting into Limestone County. So this will be just on the north side of Athens. So Elkmont and Ardmore down the line here. That's where we're looking at the most powerful part of that cell moving through. It's not even your Monday morning. It's my first day back after a long weekend. But
staying up to watch the debate is catching up with me today. So
you know, I hear that a lot of times that people will say you stay up too late. It's not the next day, it's the day after that you're really paying for it.
Bear with me, folks, this morning.
Well, we'll do some weather for 30 or 45 seconds, let you catch your breath over there.
Meteorologist David Ernst.
Well, no snow shovels necessary here, but we could see a light glaze of ice on Sunday morning as this Arctic system pushes through. But ahead of that, we are worried about strong to severe thunderstorms. Tornado watch posted for southern and middle Tennessee, as well as much of our viewing area west of I-65. This goes until 3 o'clock in the morning as we'll be tracking a line of thunderstorms into the area. Starting around 11 o'clock in the evening for that line to be right around Waterloo, just getting into western sections of Lauderdale County. And then with time, it will progress south and east through the rest of the area. It should weaken with time as it does so, but there could still be wind gusts upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour along that system, and a brief spin-up tornado also can't be ruled out as that system gets here. Be looking at those storms into our metro area, so Decatur, Athens, Huntsville, down towards Coleman between about 1 and 4 a.m., and then it would be closer to 3 to 5 o'clock that we would see all that activity starting to push on out of our viewing area, out of northeastern Alabama. So right now, the line is still about 100 miles or so away from Florence, Muscle Shoals, and Tuscumbia, so we're still just barely getting it with our 1,000,000-watt First Alert Doppler radar. So we'll use our NEXRAD radar here out of Columbus, and you can see right here in North Mississippi, we do have a pair of tornado warnings, and fire department actually did report a tornado on the ground near I-22 near Holly Springs, moving to the northeast around 70 miles per hour. So it would be taking the track towards Walnut, and eventually, if it held together, near Corinth, and then into southern Tennessee. Now, these are the only warnings associated with this line, so there is some good news there. But something I'll be keeping a very close eye on over the next couple of hours. We've started to see a little bit of a surge with these storms pushing out ahead of the main line, tapping into that more unstable air where temperatures are still here in the 70s. So if that trend continues and we see these storms continue to race out ahead of that main line on into northwestern Alabama, we could be on track to see some of those stronger storms into Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties here within the next hour to an hour and a half. So we're still relatively warm for this time of year, low 70s, 73 right now in Huntsville. But check this out in Memphis, we're down to 39 degrees, so a very dramatic temperature drop behind this system. So as the cold front comes through, we will see the potential for those damaging wind gusts and the brief tornadoes right along that transition zone. And then as we start getting into Sunday morning, the cold air filters in with that north wind. We'll have to pay close attention to those surface temperatures. Notice that 39 there in Fort Payne, that would just be a cold rain, but 32 in Huntsville could be freezing rain, and certainly we'd be looking for some icing with anything still falling there in Florence with the temperature down around 29 degrees. But again, right now we are still very warm with temperatures in the 70s. You can use our First Alert weather app to track those storms as they come in. Our 1,000,000-watt First Alert Doppler radar is in there, and if we need to, we will stream our coverage. I'll be here late tonight as these storms move through the area, so I'll keep you posted on the app, on my Facebook page, and if we have to, we'll break into programming here on WAFF as well if we have any tornado warnings issued. Once this system starts to move through, or at least the severe aspect of it starts to move through, the cold air gets here, and we do have the potential for a light glaze of ice primarily north of the Tennessee River. I'd especially be concerned here into southern and middle Tennessee with us seeing that close to 1/10 of an inch of ice. Now that could lead to some slick roads, especially bridges and overpasses. But with that minor amount, I wouldn't expect any problems with power outages or anything like that. And most surface roads also, especially in North Alabama, should remain okay, just given the warm conditions now and the heavy rain we'll see overnight tonight. So we'll pick things up here at 11 o'clock with that storm line just starting to get into our viewing area. And it's going to be at its most intense part right when it's moving in. So as it tracks to the east, those storms should begin to weaken, but it, again, will be right along the leading edge of that where we're most concerned with those wind gusts upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour and those spin-up tornadoes. Look at the just change in the temperature here. Upper 60s out ahead of that line into the mid-40s right behind it. So you're looking at a temperature drop of 20 to 30 degrees in about an hour as this system moves through. Cold rain setting in then. By the time we hit 4 or 5 o'clock, the leading edge of those storms should be out of the viewing area. So we're just looking at a cold rain, and then we have to pay close attention to that surface temperature. If it's 32 or below, you could get that light ice with anything falling. If it's 33 or above, it is simply a cold rain. But the good news is, as we start to head through Sunday morning, the precipitation ramps up and temperatures should start to warm back up. So if we see any light icing problems around 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, by 11 o'clock noon, those problems should be gone. Temperatures, though, on Sunday afternoon do not get out of the 30s, so we stay in the 30s all day long. Bitter cold start to your Monday morning. Temperatures will be down in the low to mid 20s. Wind chills as low as 10 to 15 degrees on Monday. So definitely need to have the winter gear out. Quite a transition. You probably could have worn shorts and short sleeves out today, but it's right back to the winter coats on Monday morning.
And hopefully it'll be a better weather day tomorrow for here, because today I walked outside just for lunch and poof.
Oh yeah, the humidity will certainly be gone as soon as that north wind kicks up. You'll notice a big difference between about 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. is when we'll see that temperature change.
All right. Thanks so much, David.
Well, just in case you're wondering, there's no snow in our future, but we do have some rain and more cold to talk about. But our weather to start this week is going to be relatively mild with temperatures similar to what we had this afternoon. So rain becoming more likely after midnight, isolated showers possible up until then. Most likely time for that rainfall going to be between about 3 and 6 a.m. And then we'll start to watch those showers trend down and fade away, diminish as we start working our way towards the lunch hour on Monday. So morning rain likely as it stands. Looks like the heaviest rain gets out just in time for the morning commute, although we may still see some of those steadier showers sticking over sections of Sand Mountain and Lookout Mountain. Isolated showers still possible on Tuesday, but the rain lighter and less widespread than what we will see overnight tonight into Monday morning. By Wednesday, the clouds continue, but another push of cold air starts to move in. Winds will pick up out of the north Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. And as skies clear out, that drives those temperatures down once again. Bitter cold on Thursday. We're talking about lows back below freezing and highs likely to stay around 40 degrees, maybe even some areas in the 30s, staying for a high in the 30s once again coming up on Thursday. Some more Arctic air set to move in. Right now we're at 55 degrees, partly cloudy skies here in Huntsville, and those clouds will continue to increase through the nighttime hours. And what that should do is keep our temperatures relatively mild. So low 50s to mid 50s overnight. Once we get past midnight, rain showers do become more likely, and then we would continue with that rain ongoing as we go through your Monday morning. Right now, a few light showers into northern Lawrence County and Tennessee. We are showing a little activity here around Florence, and if you're seeing that, let me know on Facebook, but I wouldn't be surprised at this point if that is evaporating before it has a chance to hit the ground. We still have a lot of dry air overhead, and this system is just getting started. We'll see southerly winds continue tonight, leading to more moisture rolling into the area. But as it stands now, the heaviest, steadiest rainfall still to our north in the Ohio River Valley. Steadier snowfall right now around Chicago into Milwaukee and then over the Great Lakes. No snow for us. The cold air with this particular system does stay to our north, so we'll see more rain start to form up along this cold front. But that's all that we're going to be dealing with on your Monday morning is rainfall. Now, as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, this front will stall out likely just to our south, and we'll see a series of little disturbances right along that, which will keep the clouds in place and give us additional rain chances on Tuesday and Wednesday before that cold air gets in and dries things out. So again, we'll continue tonight with increasing cloud cover, temperatures upper 40s, lower 50s. The low likely to occur 10 p.m. to midnight-ish, and then we see those temperatures start to rise as we head into Monday morning. Steady rainfall ongoing here with mid-50s at 4 in the morning. As we get closer to 5, 6 o'clock, we should see the heaviest rain starting to shift into central Alabama and pushing on into Georgia. So likely that there are still going to be some rain showers hanging around for the morning drive, but it looks like it is going to be a little bit lighter and a little more isolated in nature than if the system were coming in just a couple of hours later. By the lunch hour and into the early afternoon, temperatures getting into the upper 50s. We'll see a lot of that cloud cover hang around, but a few breaks in those clouds are possible as we head into Monday evening. That will allow temperatures to slip into the low to mid 40s, but the clouds fill back in overnight, and we'll see those temperatures start to rise again as we head into Tuesday morning. Look for mostly cloudy skies on Tuesday, and again, we could see a few light rain showers around. Now, in terms of how much rain you can expect with this system, it's certainly not going to be a drought buster, but we'll take what we can get. So the rain starts up after midnight tonight, and likely that we do see around a quarter to a half an inch of rain across the area by 6 to 8 o'clock Monday morning. Heading towards the lunch hour, those rain showers start to wrap up. So it looks like it'll be around a half an inch is about what most of you see. There will be some locally higher and lower amounts, but still a solid rainmaker coming in, and it definitely will help aid in alleviating that drought. But check out the cold coming in by Wednesday into Thursday. Low 50s for your high Wednesday, so still somewhat mild then with an isolated rain shower possible, but with that north wind Wednesday night, as skies clear, temperatures start to dip into the 20s. Highs barely making it back to 40 degrees on Thursday afternoon, but that cool down is short-lived. Our next weather maker brings warmer temperatures in store for the weekend, so by Saturday, highs right back to around 60.
All right, thanks so much, David.